Welcome back, children. This is Nilofer ma'am. In the previous module, I had given you information about historiography in the ancient period, medieval period, the modern period, colonial historiography, and Orientalist historiography. In today's module, I will be providing you information about nationalistic historiography and historiography in the post independence era. Nationalistic events. The writings of Indian historians who were trained in the British education system show an inclination to restore the pride in the ancient glory of India and the self esteem of the Indian readers. That means, even though the Indian historians were trained, that is, educated in the British educational system, they wanted to restore, that is, re-establish the pride in the ancient glory of India and also the self-esteem, that is, self-respect of the Indian through their writings. Their writings are known as nationalistic historiography. Nationalistic writings in Maharashtra were inspired by Vishnu Shastri Chiplunkar. He criticized the prejudiced history of ancient India written by the Britishers. That is, he had an adverse opinion about the history of ancient India written by British officers. He did not accept the way they had portrayed the Indian history. The nationalistic historians tried to seek the golden era of Indian history. That is, the nationalistic historians, they tried to throw light on the golden era of Indian history. These historians were blamed for not critically analyzing the historical truth before writing. Now, Mahadev Govind Ranade, Ramkrishna Gopal Bhandara, Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, Rajendra Lal Mishra, Ramesh Chandra Majumdar, Kashi Prasad Jaiswal, Radha Kumud Mukherjee, Bhagwan Lal Indraji, Vasudev Vishnu Mirashi, and Anant Sadashiv, Altekar are the names of some renowned scholars among the nationalistic historians. Rajwade is well known for his writings in Marathi on various subjects like history, linguistics, etymology, grammar, etc. He was of the firm opinion that we should write our own history. That is, he strongly believed that the Indians should write their own history. He compiled and edited 22 volumes of Marathanchi Itihasachi Sadhane. He wrote very scholarly prefaces to each of the 22 volumes. That is, in the preface of his volumes, he stated that history is not only the stories of the past, it includes all the aspects of the society. That is, he stated, history is the all-inclusive image of the past societies. It does not include only the stories of political images, conspiracies, and wars for seizing power. He insisted that history should be written only using the authentic documentary source. Means we should have authentic, that is genuine sources. The nationalistic historiography helped in triggering of the independence movement of the Indian people against the British. That is, the nationalistic historiography helped in igniting the spirit of nationalism in the Indian masses and motivated them to fight against the Britishers. In this aspect, the book, The Indian War of Independence, 1857, written by Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, is of great importance. The nationalist historiography provided a momentum to the writing of regional histories too. As a result, the attention of historians was drawn to the geographic conditions and history of South Indian regions. That is, nationalistic historiography also inspired the Indian historians to write regional history, that is, history of the regions, and this attracted their attention towards the geographic conditions and the history of South Indian regions, that is, all the regions of southern India. Justice Mahadev Govind Ranade has explained the background of the rise of Maratha Empire in great details in his book, The Rise of Maratha Power. That is, he has explained very clearly how the Marathas came into power in his book. According to him, it was not like a suddenly erupted forest fire, but the ground of it in Maharashtra on the social, cultural, and religious levels was getting ready over a prolonged period. That is, the rise of the Maratha power was not an overnight achievement. Means suddenly it didn't come up, and that it had taken a long span of time, a long period of time to achieve it. Human history is defined by time and space. Describing any event necessitates that the final portrayal should be spread on the complete canvas of the given time and space. That is, to describe any event, it is necessary that we bring to light the authentic events, that is, the genuine events that took place at a particular time and place. Only if a balanced combination of the three factors, and the factors are time, space, and personalities, is present, then only an event does qualified to be called so. And this was stated by V.K. Rajwade. Marxist history. The concern for the means of production, modes of production, and the industrial relations were at the center in the writing of Marxist historians. That is, so there were three major factors that centered the Marxist historians, and they are means of production, modes of production, and industrial relations. Accordingly, to analyze the impact of every social event of significance has remained the basic theme of Marxist historiography. That is, basic theme of the Marxist historiography was to critically analyze, that is, to find the positive and negative aspects of every significant, that is, important social event that used to take place. Now, Marxist historians in India studied the transitions within the caste system. That is transition, that is the transformation, that is the changes within the caste system. Among the notable Indian historians who adopted Marxist ideological framework, scholars like Damodar Dharmanand Kosambi, Comrade Shripad Amrut Dange, Ram Sharan Sharma, Comrade Sharad Patil have contributed notably, means their contribution is noteworthy, very important, has great value. Comrade Dange was one of the founder members of the Indian Communist Party. Primitive Communism to Slavery, the book written by him, represents Marxist historiography. That is the ideologist of Marxists. Subaltern History. The seeds of subaltern history are found in the Marxist historiography. That is, The basic ideology of subaltern history lies in the Marxist history. The role of the Italian historian Antonio Gramsci is very important in developing the idea that history should be written starting from the bottommost ranks of people in the society. In fact, subaltern means the bottommost ranks. Here, Antonio stated that we should start writing history from the bottommost rank, that is, starting from the common people. Folklore has been considered as a very important source of writing subaltern histories. That is, the tales, the legends, etc., are considered as very important sources of history while writing subaltern history. Ranjit Guha, an Indian historian, played a major role in establishing subaltern history as an important academic school of historiography. However, we may point out that much before the onset of subaltern ideology, similar thoughts were expressed by Mahatma Jyotirao Phule and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. That is, Mahatma Jyotirao Phule and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar advocated similar thoughts long before the onset of the subaltern ideology. Mahatma Phule unfolded the history of the Shudra Ati Shudra communities in his book Gulamgiri. He drew attention to the exploitation of women, Shudras, and Ati Shudras done under the name of religion. The terms Shudra and Ati Shudra indicates the bottommost rank in the caste system. That is, the people were exploited in the name of religion. The role of the people belonging to Dalit castes is very significant in the shaping of various cultural and political aspects of India. However, their role was not duly acknowledged in the colonial and nationalistic historiography. That is, there is a huge contribution from the Dalit class in shaping the cultural and political aspects of India. Means they have contributed a lot, but not much is mentioned about them by the colonial and the nationalistic historians. Means they have not stated much about them, not spoken much about them. Now, Baba Sahib mentioned about them in his books, Who Were the Shudras and the Untouchables. Next, we have Feminist History. Over a significant period of time, mainly male scholars were involved in the writing of Indian history. That is, mainly the male scholars. Okay, the male scholars were writing history. As a result, the role and achievements of women in history remained neglected. Now, to bring this situation to light, the feminist historians had to face many difficulties. Means as they were neglected, their achievements were not acknowledged. So when they wanted to bring this to light, they had to face many difficulties. It had compelled the people to rethink about the position of the people, that is specifically the women, in the society, and also write down about them in the history. Among women authors writing about women in 19th century CE, Tarabai Shinde was the foremost one. Means she was the beginner. She wrote attacking the male dominant social system and the caste system. Means she attacked directly the male dominated social system of our country and the caste system, that is the upper caste and the lower caste. Her book Stri Purush Tulana, published in 1882, is acknowledged as the first feminist book in India, means first female, okay, a book, a historical book written by a female. In 1888, the book written by Pandita Ramabai was published, entitled The High Caste Hindu Women. The feminist literature of the post-independence era concentrated on the issues like employment of women, treatment meted out to them at their workplace, their right to political equality, etc. So, the main issues were employment of women and treatment given to them at their workplace, how they were treated at their workplace where they used to work, and their right to political equality, means political equality. They were seeking for political equality. Among the recently published feminist literature, Meera Kosambe's book, Crossing Threshold, Feminist Essays in Social History, is of importance. And what does it contain? It contains essays on the life stories of women like Pandita Ramabai and Dr. Rukmabai, the first practicing lady doctor of India. A lot of literature is available unfolding the viewpoint of Dalit women in Maharashtra. Means we have lot of journals, okay, where we can find the viewpoint of the Dalit women. Dr. Sharmila Rege's work is noteworthy. In this context, her book, Writing Caste, Writing Gender, Reading Dalit Women's Testimonies, includes her essays on and on the autobiographies of Dalit women. There have been a number of Indian historians who wrote without embracing a particular ideology. Means they did not follow any particular ideology, any system, any idea. Among them, historians like Sir Jadunath Sarkar, Surendranath Sen, Riasatkar G.S. Sardesai, and Trimbak Shankar Sajewalkar are noteworthy. In the recent times, historians like Yashwant Dinkar Phadke, Ramchandra Guha, etc., have contributed extensively to the historiography of modern India. Means they have helped, they have taken a lot of initiative in writing the modern historiography of India. Thus, it is evident that the Indian historiography has been influenced greatly by the social and political movements. Means the Indian history is greatly influenced by all the social and political movements that have taken place in our country. It seems that some part of the Indian historiography was also developed outside the influence of these movements. Means some part of the Indian historiography was also written not based on social and political movements. Children, we have come to the end of this chapter, and based on this, I am giving you some assignment. So you need to write short notes. First, nationalistic historiography. Second, Justice Mahadev Govind Ranade. Third, V.K. Rajwade. Fourth, Marxist History. Fifth, Subaltern History. And the last, Feminist History. I hope you have understood this lesson. If you have any difficulties, you can get in touch. Thank you. Have a good day.